Hi everyone, welcome back to Yen's Kitchen at Home. If you saw my recent shots, I picked up 12 kilo of pork from Costco and share a few ways I plan to use it. Like making my kids Korean kimchi yakiniku noodle soup, mapo tofu, and of course their all-time favorite wonton soup. Today, I'm using some of the pork, specifically the pork mince, to show you how to make a warm, comforting bowl of homemade wonton soup from scratch. Let's get started. Add a small handful of peppercorn into a bowl. Pour over hot water and let it steep for a few minutes. Slice a small piece of fresh ginger thinly, then pound into a rough paste using a mortar and pestle. This helps release all the ginger's flavor into the water. Once done, add the ginger paste into the peppercorn bowl and mix well. Take 500 grams of minced pork into a bowl. Add 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce, 1 tablespoon of steamed fish soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, half teaspoon of salt, and half tablespoon of white pepper. Mix well until everything is fully combined. Gradually add the peppercorn ginger water in 3 batches, letting the pot absorb each batch before adding more. This helps create a juicy and tender texture. Use the strainer to strain the water. We only want the aromatic liquid to flavor the pork and remove its raw smell. Mix everything well until the pork is nicely seasoned. Add 2 finely minced carrots. They add a natural sweetness and give the pork a beautiful and vibrant color. Mix until every piece of carrot is hugged by the pork mince. Lastly, mix a chopped spring onions for fresh aroma. You can substitute pork with chicken mince or prawns if you want. Give it one last good mix. We want everything well combined before we start wrapping. Place a spoonful of the filling in the center of each wonton wrapper. Moisten the edges with water, then fold and seal it tightly. Set them aside on the plate so they won't stick if you space them out properly. With help from my husband, while our kids were fast asleep, we wrapped this up together for their breakfast tomorrow. It's going to be a warm, cozy start to their day at school tomorrow. This half kilo of filling should be enough to wrap around 60 pieces of wonton, which is perfect for a family meal or freeze for later use. I purposely make extra wontons and place them in the plate as I make them so they don't stick together. Then I transfer them into a container and put them into the freezer. Store them in the freezer for later use. When ready to eat, cook the wontons straight from frozen by boiling a little longer until they float. In a bowl soup, combine 1 tablespoon Chinese seaweed, 1 tablespoon dry shrimp skin, half tablespoon chopped spring onion, half tablespoon homemade garlic shallot oil, half tablespoon steamed fish sauce, a pinch of salt, and a white pepper to taste. Optional for richness, half tablespoon of pork lard. You can skip use the shrimp skin and pork lard instead. Use vegetarian alternative like mushroom powder and sesame oil or whatever you prefer. Let's cook the wonton. Bring a pot of water to a boil. Add the wonton and cook for 2 to 3 minutes until they float. You don't need to prepare any additional soup broth because the soup base already has enough flavor to bring everything together. Scoop some hot water from the pot into your soup base to warm it up and help blend the flavors. Then add the cooked wonton into the soup bowl with the soup base. I love making extra wontons for my kids' winter breakfast just before the school to keep them warm and full. And guess what? This recipe is so simple that kids can make it from scratch themselves. I'll be sharing a video soon showing how easy it is, perfect for little chefs to get involved in the kitchen. Enjoy your delicious wonton soup. Every time I make wontons, I never skip making the soup. It's the easiest and comforting supper for my husband and me too. Thanks so much for joining me in the kitchen today. I hope you and your family enjoy this comforting wonton soup as much as we do. If you like this recipe, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a home-cooked favorite from my kitchen. Leave a comment below if you have any question or if your kid try making it too. I love to hear how it turned out for you. See you next time and happy cooking from Yen's Kitchen at Home.